Howdy folks, I'm Alex Lukenbiel here at the Weather Service in Missoula, bringing you today's planning briefing for Sunday, June 20th. Here are the key points we'll be tracking during the next week or so. We are seeing the potential for high-based, isolated, and scattered thunderstorms developing Tuesday afternoon and evening, primarily across central Idaho and southwest Montana. High confidence does exist for a robust warming and drying trend this upcoming Thursday into the next weekend, with the potential for record to near record heat setting up area-wide. But first, here is a look at the satellite imagery valid Sunday morning, June 20th. We had an area of low pressure drop south and eastward from British Columbia overnight into the Northern Rockies. Thankfully, wetting rains did occur across much of northwest Montana and along the Continental Divide, particularly in the Flathead National Forest. Further to the west, we did not see much precipitation set up, with most of the precipitation occurring east of the Bitterroot Crest. This area of cloudiness and shower activity will quickly push off to the east today, with much drier air setting up over the Northern Rockies as this ridge of high pressure continues to amplify north and east with time. What does the upcoming weather pattern look like as we progress through the upcoming week? Here we are looking at two separate 500 millibar charts. On the left, we're looking at the 500 millibar weather pattern for Tuesday, and on the right, Friday. So we can visualize the change in the upcoming pattern here. We do have a very stable, high confidence pattern setting up where we have a Rex block, a high over low type ridge of high pressure. These patterns are very stable and take quite a bit of change to occur before we can get rid of them. And as we go into Friday, really what stands out is this upper level low, which is fairly weak, is going to be remaining fairly stationary off the coast of California here. And with time, we see this progression of a very stable ridge of high pressure setting up across the Pacific Northwest. This will establish a heat dome across much of the western United States. But first, we are tracking the probability of lightning with thunderstorm activity developing Tuesday night and Wednesday night. And what's occurring here is, as this high is developing, we do see a surge of mid and upper level moisture on Tuesday and Wednesday across the Northern Rockies. So this will allow for high-based thunderstorms to develop, primarily during the afternoon and early evening hours. Right now, we're seeing the best potential for these thunderstorms to develop across the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest and the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest. On Wednesday, thunderstorm coverage could expand a bit further to the north across eastern portions of the Lolo National Forest and eastern portions of the Flathead National Forest. Take note, though, that the probability of lightning across these areas is generally fairly low, less than 10% at this time. We can visualize what the relative humidity trends are going to be this upcoming week, looking at a few forecast points. First, this is Ennis in southwest Montana, and generally, as we work our way through the work week, relative humidities will be bottoming out into the teens to low 20s across southwest Montana. Further to the north and west in Libby, a similar story with slightly higher relative humidities, with RH dropping into the 20s every afternoon. The Blue Mountain Raws south of Missoula, similar to northwest Montana, western Montana will generally see RHs dropping into the 20s most afternoons. To visualize the upcoming heat wave across the Pacific Northwest, we can take a look at hypothetical high temperatures for Saturday, June 26. And what I really want to point your attention to here is just the widespread heat that will be occurring region-wide during this period, with many locations in Oregon and Washington reaching into the 100s potentially in the lower elevations. Across our area in the Northern Rockies, many locations in western Montana will be seeing high temperatures reach into the 90s, while the lower elevations in Idaho will be seeing high temperatures reach into the 100s potentially. Just a quick closer look into the Northern Rockies for those specific temperatures potentially setting up on Saturday. What is the confidence level as we go into next weekend as far as how high temperatures might go? Here we can visualize this by looking at the chance of high temperatures exceeding 95 degrees. What really stands out is as you move into Idaho, the lower elevations, very high confidence for this occurring. You can see Orofino and Riggins seeing probabilities above 90%. And as you move further to the east, there is a bit lesser so confidence occurring, where locations like Kalispell, Missoula, and Ennis could be seeing probabilities anywhere from about 40 to 60%. Looking a bit further out into the 8 to 14 day outlook, so this is centered on June 26th to July 2nd, the Climate Prediction Center is putting much of the west under below normal precipitation odds. Here you can see in these brown colors. This is also a similar pattern with temperature. We are seeing above normal temperatures continuing, so that western heat dome associated with that high pressure ridge could likely linger as we look out another week or so. Finally, to wrap things up, let's take a look at the weather threat matrix. What stands out Tuesday and Wednesday, again, is that potential for afternoon and evening thunderstorm activity, with the most impacts likely occurring across southwest Montana, where we have drier conditions and some breezy afternoon winds already existing. Looking into next Friday, we do see that heat and dry conditions starting to set up in north central Idaho, especially at those lower elevations. Southwest Montana will likely stay quite breezy this upcoming week, especially on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Thanks for joining us for today's briefing. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call our office. Have a great day, everyone.